In this video, I'll be creating the conduit feature definitions for stormwater pipes. Taking a look at the features list, here in bold are the pipe feature definitions that I'll be creating, and in column C is the folder structure that I want to create inside of OpenRoads. So I've already done that by right-clicking the stormwater folder and adding a new category to create all of the folders that you see here in this list. Now I'll create the feature definitions directly in these folders by right-clicking and saying create a new feature definition. I'll start with a concrete circular pipe. Then I'm going to come over to the description and fill the description out. Type in the name seed. Now for the name seed, I do like to include a number at the end. So the first pipe that gets placed is going to have that first number, and then it will just increment up from there. So you could put in 2000, and the first pipe would be 2000, and the next one would be 2001. And we're going to assign a trench template. If you don't have these created yet, it's not a big deal. You can assign these later on pretty easily, and you can do that in bulk. If you do assign a trench template, you will want to assign a trench feature definition. I'm going to leave create trench set to false here in the feature definition setting, and then after placement we can toggle that to true. For the function and network type, I'll leave that set to the default, so that will be trunk line in stormwater only. Conduit type is going to be a conduit, and then the shape orientation will set to invert. Scrolling down, we're going to skip over the prototype, the items, and the user data extensions, and we'll follow up with those areas later. I am going to go ahead and set the HGL and EGL element templates. So this will be HGL, and then I'll go and find the EGL one. Moving down to the symbologies. I'm going to go under stormwater segments, and then pipes, choose pipe center. And all of the pipes are going to be using this center symbology. Same is going to be true for the profile symbology. You can see how having the same folder structure for your symbologies that you do your feature definitions is going to make it much easier to go in and make the assignments. Now this is going to be for a concrete pipe. And lastly, I'm going to go in and set my element templates for the inside and outside walls of those pipes. So the first two are going to be for plan, so this will be the outside. This one will be the inside. And I'm not going to show the inner wall inside of my profile, so I'll leave that set to none, but you could set that one as well. So this is going to be the outside. From here, I'm going to make a copy of this feature and then rename it to circular steel. At this point, I can just make a few edits, so I can change the description to steel, and then the only other setting I would need to change here is the solid. So I'm going to do that a few more times until I get all of my proposed pipes in the list. Right, now I need to add in the existing pipes. I'm just going to select these first three here, and I'll copy those. So here I'm just going to hold down my control key and select those, and then I'm going to drag them up to my existing folder. And then here I can make some bulk changes. So before I even change the name, I'm going to go in and change the name seed. I'm going to go down and change the symbologies. So these are going to be using X pipe center, X pipe profile, and those are going to be X pipe generic. Now for these existing pipes, I'm not going to be showing any special symbology, so those will all be set to none. And I'll be able to do that in bulk for all three. Now to change the names quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my properties panel, and then I'll bulk select these, right click and open up the details panel. And here I can do some quick find and replaces. So for instance, on my description, maybe I want to highlight those, and I'll do a find and replace. Then I'm going to replace arch with existing. Now, one thing I do want to do is just do the selected cell, and that'll change those three. And I can do something similar with the names. And now we have all of the pipe feature definitions in the library.